Hi, I'm Becky Stern, and today we're diving into one of the most essential tools for anyone working with electronics, the multimeter. This video will help guide you through how to use a multimeter step by step. By the end, you'll feel confident measuring continuity, voltage, resistance, and current. First things first, what is a multimeter? It's a versatile tool that lets you measure electrical properties, like voltage, current, and resistance. Here's a quick tour of a typical multimeter. This dial in the center is where you select what you want to measure. You'll see symbols for voltage, V, current, A, and resistance, ohm. The display shows your measurements, and these ports at the bottom are where you plug in the probes. Most multimeters will have two probes, a black one for the COM or common port and a red one for the different measurement settings. The color is just convention, but following that convention will help prevent confusion. So I always plug the black probe into the COM port. For the red probe, use the port labeled V ohm for measuring voltage and resistance. If you're measuring current, you'll use the port labeled A for amps or MA for milliamps. Now, let's talk about the most common measurements and how to take them. First up is a simple continuity test. This just checks if electrical current is able to flow between the two probes and can help spot a bad solder joint as well as short circuits. For this test, the circuit power should be off. Turn the dial to the speaker icon. Some multimeters have multiple functions on this setting, so you may also have to press a mode button until the speaker icon appears. To check that you are successfully set to continuity testing mode, touch the probes together. The meter should beep to indicate continuity. Next up is voltage. Voltage tells you how much electrical potential exists between 2 points in the circuit. To measure it, turn the dial to the voltage setting. If you're working with a DC circuit, like a battery, choose the V with a straight line. For AC voltage, choose the V with a wavy line. Place the black probe on the negative terminal and the red probe on the positive terminal. The reading will show up on the screen. If you see a negative sign, it just means that your probes are swapped. Next, resistance. This measures how much a component resists the flow of current. Turn the dial to the resistance setting, which is represented by the omega symbol. Make sure the circuit or the component you're testing is powered off. Touch the probes to either side of the resistor. The screen will display the resistance in ohms. Finally, current. This measures the flow of electricity in a circuit. Current measurements can be tricky, so start with the highest range on your multimeter and work your way down if needed. To measure current, you'll need to break the circuit and connect the multimeter in series. The red probe goes in the A, or MA, port. Be cautious with this step, as improper settings can blow a fuse in your multimeter. Before we wrap up, let's address some common questions about multimeters. Like, what's the difference between auto-ranging and manual? Auto-ranging multimeters automatically select the correct range for your measurement. Manual ones require you to pick the range yourself. So if you're unsure of the range you're measuring, start high and work your way down. Why isn't my multimeter working? Check the battery is fresh and in place, and ensure the probes are securely connected. If you're measuring voltage or resistance on a manual meter, you may have the incorrect range selected for your measurement. The meter may show OL or the number 1 if the range is exceeded. If you're measuring current, you may have blown a fuse. This is a common issue with beginners. Here's what the fuse looks like, and they are easy to replace. Can it do anything else? Often, yes, your multimeter will have additional features. Some can measure capacitance, connect the probes, and wait for the value to stabilize. And some can also measure the forward voltage drop on diodes. Some multimeters also have a temperature probe or other specialized features. I hope I've delivered the info you needed on multimeters. If you want to learn more, I've put links to some resources in the description. There are more videos about multimeters here on the DigiKey channel. Leave your advice about multimeters in the comments so we can all learn together. Check out the playlist with the rest of this series and subscribe to be sure you don't miss the next one.